quite afternoon, good morning still. My name's Khalid Aziz, who I'm the chairman of trustees here, and it's delightful to see so many people turning out for Gilbert's 300th birthday, which is a year late for obvious reasons, and so it's his 301st birthday. But notwithstanding that, it has given us a lot of time to get together a new exhibition about him, which has been put together over a period of time, and I hope when you've had a chance to go around the house, you'll be able to see it and marvel at some of the things we've got there and the better interpretation of all the great work that Gilbert did. Because it's a birthday party, we've got cake, and we've got Gilbert himself. We've just dug him up, and there he is. He's doing a sterling job, but most importantly, we have with us somebody very familiar to you because she does such great work on the television, sport coverage and so on. So would you welcome, please, Clare Balding.
Thank you, Khalid, and I'll come out into the sun because also then that will keep me brief because I'll understand how hot we're all getting. Obviously, luckily for me, the Olympics was not only postponed a year, but also in terms of our presentation moved to Salford, which meant I'm not in Tokyo right now, which I would in the last year. It's not just our family, sometimes we haven't missed them at all, but it's the shared experience of coming to something as wonderfully British and eccentric as this. And I have learnt a lot already today about tortoises and bees and sheep and pygmy goats and how to dress elegantly and look as if you fit right in, and the parasol, what a wonderful invention that is, and looking across the meadows to the bird-watching barrel that Gilbert White designed for himself so he could turn and see the birds without disturbing them, to see people in traditional Regency dress, as it were, walking across there carrying children and things. It's just lovely. And really my message is to you, we would have taken this for granted had it happened last year. It would have just been part of a very busy summer. Now it feels so precious and so special. And I'm just delighted because I'm a Hampshire girl. I was brought up in Kingsclear, just the other side of Basingstoke. I'm one of the few people who drives down the M3 and sees the skyline of Basingstoke and thinks, oh good, I'm nearly home, this is lovely. But it is even prettier this side of the M3, as you know well. And I'm just thrilled because I'd never been to Gilbert White's house before. I'd never explored the gardens. I feel now that part of my life has been completed by being invited here today. So thank you for that. Thank you all for being here. I think also probably coming out of, obviously tomorrow the virus no longer exists, so we're all free. But as long as we maintain a good British distance from each other, I think the important thing actually is to talk to each other, to actually make eye contact, lovely as Zoom is, and useful as it has been, to actually see people, to be able to talk to people, check they're all right, be able to chat about nonsense. It's really valuable. So enjoy that, as well as obviously understanding that what Gilbert White did 300 years ahead of his time was really highlight the impact that we have as human beings on the environment and our interaction with living things, whether it be trees and flora and fauna, or whether it be wild animals, and how we have a responsibility to do the right thing, to live the right way. And I think a lot of the educational displays that are available today are very much on that theme. So you are good people because you have a good conscience, but you're also very warm. So it is birthday cake time to celebrate Gilbert's 301st birthday. I'm going to ask Gilbert to come forward. And there are this looks a beautiful buttercream sponge cake with strawberry jam and fresh fruit on top of it, and flowers as well, which is delightful. And Gilbert, I don't know whether in the spirit of Gilbert White you'd like to add anything to the occasion?
I'd just like to say I'm fascinated, having resurrected myself last year for my 300th birthday, and I've been kept on ice since then, and here we are a year later, and I noticed that the 3 cakes here now spell out 301, so they're bang up to date. Wonderful to see you all. We're getting quite warm enough in the heat, and thank you, Claire, very much.
I'd like, just as a final thought, to say I'm not sure I'll do a single interview through the course of the Olympics or Paralympics that will be quite as good as that. So round of applause, please, for Gilbert White, and in his memory, let us cut the cake.